specific. So what does discipline look like? How does it manifest in life, day to day? You know what I'm saying? What does it look like?
Consequences.
When it comes to men.
Consequences.
Hold on, y'all. One at a time.
Okay,
I'm gonna let E go because he said something and I didn't like his answer. I want him to give me a more informed answer.
When it comes to men, I always talk about stoicism, right? Controlling your emotions, understanding where your emotions coming from, understanding how to deal with them, and also discipline is and understanding how to respond to things.
Okay.
In a way that it's not. In a way that it's not so negative, not so aggressive, and how do I say this? Yeah, I would land with that.
No, that's good. Not so negative, not so aggressive, not so violent, right? So E, I have a question for you. With that being said, who commits the most violence in the world? And we gonna remove war and all of that stuff because I don't even want to do all of that. Just as a group of people, who commits the most violence?
That's an obvious answer. Men, obviously.
Okay. Well, who is the most violent group on the planet? Shock came off. Men, right? You agree? Men. Okay, cool. We all agree that it's men. So essentially, let's walk it down, right? Because this is how logic works. If you think men are more disciplined than women, and your example of discipline is not being quick to violence, but simultaneously, the people who are the most violent, and I'm not even close, almost 100% of violence is committed by men, then wouldn't that negate the whole idea that men are emotionally intelligent and not quick to violence, and therefore aren't actually disciplined?
So ask me, when did you hear me say that out of my mouth that men are this, that men are this thing?
Go ahead, Shock.
Okay.
This live is pre-recorded. Please let me know when I said this.
I want Shock to go. It's the disingenuousness that I can't deal with. Go ahead. Like this. Do women need men to raise children?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's not obvious, but go ahead.
That is obvious. We see the results. We see the results that we're getting when single mothers are raising their child alone. We see it. Obviously, both parents need to be in the homes for some structure to be had and led within the child's life. To sit up here and try to say, to sit up here and even disagree that both parents are not needed in the home is crazy to me. It's outrageous.
It's actually not crazy. It's scientifically proven that that single mothers, when they have the financial support that they need, the outcomes of the children are just the same as when they have two-parent households.
False, but yeah,
it's not. Hold on, brother. Don't say stuff that's not true, because I'm not saying anything that's not true. I'm not lying on nothing. I will not. If you say something that's true, I will agree to it. If you lie, hold on. If you lie, if you talk about things you've never read, if you quote things you've never, you know what I'm saying, like, and that type of stuff, and I correct you, do not lie. Do not say that's false. It's actually not false. There are studies that prove.
Okay, so I would like to know.
Hold on. Talking while I'm talking will never get us anywhere. So again, there are studies that prove that men, fathers too, by the way, fathers too. I'm not discounting single fathers either. Fathers and mothers, when they have the financial support that they need, the outcomes of the children are very similar to the outcomes of two-parent households. That's what I'm saying. So it has a lot to do, and mostly to do with financial support. Not you need a man in the house to beat on your kids. That's not what women need. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not true.
That's not what I was saying.
You did. You talked about discipline.
No. That's what you misconstrued it, and that's what you took.
Okay. Who is a more disciplined group? Hold on. That's too big.
Oh, that's a great question.
No.
It's necessary to ask that question.
Yeah.
Stop. Hold on.
Yeah. If you asked that question, it would have just proved what I said right.
Sir, I'm trying to help you out. You're not helping me.
What I said right if you would have asked that question. Though.
I'm trying to help. I wouldn't prove what you said right. You just would have said something.
So ask the question and I'll tell you.
Okay. You don't know how to shut up. I gotta help you out. So let me help you guys out. I'm sorry. Well, I was gonna ask who is more disciplined, men or women, but I think that's too big for you guys to tackle. You know what I'm saying? So first, hold on. So first, before we do that, I want to establish what does discipline look like? That's what I want to know first. What does it look like?
Emotionally intelligent.
Fear.
Emotionally intelligent.
Hold on.
Fear.
One at a time. Ego first, and then Shock.
Emotionally intelligent. That all underlines discipline as a whole.
That's stupid, but okay.
Okay.
Because I mean, I'm sorry. You know what? That was disrespectful. That's not stupid. You need to be more specific. Emotional intelligence and discipline. Though they do go hand in hand. I got you. I'm not denying that. But what I want you to do is the same thing with Shock. Don't be vague. Be very specific. So what does discipline look like? How does it manifest in life, day to day? You know what I'm saying? What does it look like?
Consequences.
When it comes to men.
Consequences.
Hold on, y'all. One at a time. Okay. I'm gonna let Ego because he said something and I didn't like his answer. I want him to give me a more informed answer.
When it comes to men, I always talk about stoicism, right? Controlling your emotions, understanding where your emotions coming from, understanding how to deal with them, and also discipline is and understanding how to respond to things.
Okay.
In a way that it's not in a way that it's not so negative, not so aggressive, and how do I say this? Yeah, I would land with that.
No, that's good. Not so negative, not so aggressive, not so violent, right? So E, I have a question for you. With that being said, who commits the most violence in the world? And we're gonna remove war and all of that stuff because I don't even want to do all of that. Just as a group of people, who commits the most violence?
That's an obvious answer. Men, obviously.
Okay. Hold on. We're gonna go step by step. So how can it be that the people and I'm sorry, and I'll ask one more question. What percentage of the violence are men responsible for?
100. 100. No,
that's crazy. Hold on, Shock.
No,
that's crazy. Hey,
it's 100.
You said it, not me. It's
no,
close.
Hold on. I'm gonna say that. Hold on.
It's close.
Give me a second. Hold
on, brother. It's close. And I wasn't gonna say that because I know the number, but that's close. Okay. Yeah. So it's close to 100%. Shock can admit that. Now, my question would be, logically, if that's what your go-to is that men are stoic and we know how to control our emotions and we have all this emotional intelligence, then how could it be that same group is also the group that's quicker to violence?
I never said that group was that. I never said that. I said that you asked me what discipline was. I gave you exactly what I believe discipline to be. I never said that most men or men in general have discipline. I never said those words.
Hold on. Let's go back then. I asked because what I was going to ask you was who is more disciplined, and your answer was going to be men. But then I stopped and said, okay, but before we ask that question, I think we need to establish what discipline looks like. And you said emotional intelligence, just right? Now you're saying stoicism and being in control of your emotions and not being quick to violence. Then I asked you, well, who is the most violent group on the planet? Shock came off. Men, right? You agree, men. Okay, cool. We all agree that it's men. So essentially, let's walk it down, right? Because this is how logic works. If you think men are more disciplined than women, and your example of discipline is not being quick to violence, but simultaneously, the people who are the most violent, and I'm not even close, almost 100% of violence is committed by men, then wouldn't that negate the whole idea that men are emotionally intelligent and not quick to violence, and therefore aren't actually disciplined?
So ask me, when did you hear me say that out of my mouth that men are this, that men are this thing?
Go ahead, Shock.
Okay.
This live is pre-recorded. Please let me know when I said this.
I want Shock to go. It's the disingenuousness that I can't deal with. Go ahead, Shock. All right, and then I'm gonna let Camelot Clark go. Go ahead, Shock.
All right. So the reason why I said that
live is pre-recorded. I want you to send me the recording of me saying that.
All right. So So real quick, right? So when I said,
you know what pre-recorded is? You can't be. Lives aren't pre-recorded; they're live. But never mind. You got it. The lives are recorded, though. You're right. They are.
Okay. Cool. So they're recorded. You know this. Please send me the recording of me saying that, though.
Why would I send you anything? You could go check it out on YouTube. It'll be up there. But go ahead.
Exactly. This is what you do. You put words in people's mouth and then you try to make your points. I didn't never say that.
Here. I'll make it real easy for you. I'll make it real easy for you. E. Who is the most disciplined group of people, men or women?
Neither.
Stupid, see? See how
Neither.
disingenuous you are? You think
But
E, you're stupid. Hold on, E. Hold on, bro. Stop.
Don't say woman.
Stop. You are lying. It's okay, sir. You about to get dropped. Don't do that. I be warning y'all. I swear to God, I'll be wanting y'all to stay up here. But what I'm not gonna do is play fucking mute tag with you for 10 minutes. You either gonna shut the fuck up or you gonna get dropped. I don't give a fuck. I promise you. Like I'm
make it easy for you.
Okay. There you go. You didn't want to be up here anyway. You scary. Go ahead, Camelot Clark. Camelot Clark, what's good with you?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
We good, brother.
Okay. Now I was just more or less listening. Was there a question? So the question was,
you can respond to the prompt, brother. You can respond to the prompt.
Okay. Is it healthy for men to need? Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm. Is it healthy for men to need women? Is the question.
I would say no. Simply because no. Okay. A man should want a woman, not need a woman. Simply because there are certain aspects of being a man that is needed for you there's certain aspects for you to become a man, and most of those aspects doesn't involve a female. The benefit involves being able to interact with a female.
What aspects are you talking about, brother?
So, like, let's see. All right. So, as a man, you got to be. Well, this is a great example because women don't have. You got to be about your word and your, you know what I mean, and your BALLs, right?
Women don't have words.
Women don't have them. So
But what does that have to do with anything, though?
Well, integrity. You got to
So you're saying men have more integrity than women?
No, what I'm saying, this is what we need to learn to become a man. So
you're missing what I'm saying. You're supposed to be naming things that, because you said that they don't need women for, right? But I'm trying to figure out, like specifically integrity, which is a crazy one to start with. Are you saying that because I just want you to know, basically what you're saying is either women don't have integrity, women don't have as much integrity as men, or men can't learn integrity from women. You're saying one of the three things.
I would definitely say, I don't mean to ruffle no feathers. I mean, it's in theory, yes, it is possible for men to learn integrity from a woman. I don't think, for the most part, men learn integrity from women. I think men learn integrity from a man pulling them up and checking them about how they present themselves and how they move. Because
so it's not about learning integrity. It's about the fact that men are inherently misogynistic and they can't learn things from women. Because women have integrity. You're just saying they can't learn it from a woman because they're misogynistic and they reject the lesson from the woman, but they accept it from a man. Correct?
Yeah, I'm not completely saying that. I'll put it to you like this. Say a young man that has respect for his mother at a certain age. It's gonna be hard for his mother to tap into. Not all young men, but it's a nice amount of young men. It's gonna be hard for his mother to tap into.
You're not answering my question, though, family. I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
Just so you know, you and me.
I want to answer.
You see what I'm saying? You and me agree. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I agree that boys and men don't listen to women. I do.
Okay.
I just gave you the reason why. I just said it's misogyny. Why don't agree with that?
I don't know. I don't know so much. I think to me, I think at certain phases of your life, certain things need to be present. So it's not. So if I say a man can learn from another man, it's not that I'm saying that a man can't learn from a woman, because you
Can you
got
learn?
you
Can you
can't.
learn from a gay man?
Yeah, I can learn from a gay man or what I
Can,
don't want
can
to
a gay
assume.
man
Yeah,
teach
hell
a
yeah.
can a gay man teach a young man or a small child integrity?
Yeah,
Okay, so it has no. So it's not about
has
the
nothing to do with
sexuality of the
like the
person,
gender. Yeah, I
huh?
got you. Okay, no, I see
Yeah.
what you're
So
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah, I see
I'm.
what you're
It's not about the sexuality. It's
saying. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
right.
Okay.
I'm confused. Like, why do women? Why don't you're? What I'm saying is essentially, if on its face, the reason why men. I'm sorry. If you can't actually come up with a logical explanation as to why boys and young men don't listen to women beyond misogyny, if you can't produce one, then I'm gonna keep saying it's misogyny. Is that not fair to do or say?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a good question. That'd be something I have to actually sit back and delve into and try to build off of. I can't really answer that question. You took a
Where
little
do
bit
you think
deeper.
it comes from? Like, where else would it come from? Just
I
think about
think
it right now.
naturally.
Just think about all the
I think
reasons why on its face, little boys and men would reject listening to women on that basis alone. What else is
I
it? That's all I want to know. Like what other explanation could you come up with possibly?
besides misogyny, I would say like testosterone. So I don't know if that will equal out the misogyny also.
What does
I mean, I
testosterone have
think
to do with you listening to a woman?
um,
You know that women have testosterone, right?
yeah, but they might have more
Okay.
estrogen than testosterone. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, no. I get that. But again, how would testosterone negate or
Now this is a great
making
question because
making it
it makes you
possible for
think. It
little
makes you
boys
think
to
a lot
listen to
deeper.
huh?
Because that's deep. Now I said this is a great question because it makes you think deeper. I thought I would have the answer, but I couldn't really say at the moment because you took it past like the surface level, and you have to dig a little bit deeper to even understand that question. Because as I see it, I felt as though I did have the answer, but as you asked that question, yes,
But
it's
my
deeper.
question is, testosterone doesn't make the. Here's what I'm saying: for it to be something like testosterone, for an example, if you said testosterone makes little boys not listen at all to anybody, I would be more accepting of that. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But when you say specifically it makes them not listen to women, then right there, now we're right back to misogyny.
That's a good question. I can't even like. I really would have to sit down and really think about it because I'm thinking as you're talking and how you frame that question. I mean, well, how you explain, the aspect of the question is. I'm thinking as you're talking, and yeah, it's going deeper. So I can't really answer that question.
It's okay.
Uh, on the surface level, boys will be boys. You know what I mean? That pretty much will answer that. But once you
What
dig a
is
little
that? What does
deeper,
boy? Do
yeah.
you? Why do we tell little boys will be boys? What does that do?
An easy explanation of what we don't understand.
No, we do understand though.
I don't think we understand it completely because
Oh,
we
we complete.
because
No, tons of us completely understand why we started, why that phrase got coined, right? Boys will be boys is an excuse for little boys who grow up to be men. By the way, it's an excuse for them to act out.
to act out. Yeah,
Um,
no doubt.
yeah,
specifically against women and little girls.
I don't know if it's specifically
It
against
is. It is.
because you
Yes.
get that when they're fighting, when they're just
No,
fighting between
I
boys. You
understand.
know what
I'm
I
not
mean?
saying it's the only time it happens. I said specifically against, like, if a little boy smacks a little girl on the butt, it's boys will be
Yeah,
boys.
you're
If a
right.
little
You're
boy
right.
gropes a little girl, it's boys will be boys. And yeah,
You're
they'll
right.
be,
You're right.
little boys are fighting. They'll be like, yeah, boys will be boys. But in whatever though, it is in general, no matter what, is to excuse problematic behaviors of little boys, correct?
True.
Okay, and
True.
why do you think that we as a culture, as a collective, would want to excuse problematic behaviors of little boys?
Because it's a patriotic culture. You know what I mean?
There we
Yeah.
go. And what is the patriarchy steeped in?
Masculinity and
Close. It's an M.
misogyny. Yeah,
There you go.